yeah, I'd read a chord book, get a few chord ideas, because they're quite complex. But as for scales, like once you know this pattern, then you can just use your ear and add the other notes in with your ear, and you don't even need to know what the scale's called, or if it sounds happy, it's obviously kind of a major thing, and if it sounds sad, it's a minor thing. So like, so if I play that E minor pentatonic, starting on the G, it becomes G major pentatonic. Well, that's like a happier one, isn't it? Look, if you listen, that sounds happy. And then this sad version is, that's the same notes, but when you start on E, which is this note, that makes it minor. If you start there on the same notes with the same pattern, it becomes major and it's a G, because you're starting on it. And there's your G chord. And then you can expand like what you're doing, like with those 3 chords, like so you've got the E there, that's E major. Well, lift that finger up, now it's E minor. Then you can use the E shape to go down to where the A was, and that's an A minor, as opposed to an A major. And then you can learn these chords. You know, and I don't know that many chords, and I don't know what a lot of the chords are called. I know shapes, and I know whether they're happy or sad, and when you're doing little things like right, stuff like that. I mean, that's probably 3 or 4 different chords I've just played with different complicated names, like E minor 7 this and E minor 9 that, with a flat this and that. But it doesn't matter, because basically I'm using an E minor, and now I've added a note there instead, and took a note off there and changed it to that note, so it becomes, but it's still the same basic thing. Just use your ear and don't worry too much at first about all the jargon and technicalities, apart from the technique you're doing. Don't worry too much about the knowledge you think you need to know. It's not that complicated. It's all about, music is all about listening to what you're doing and understanding how it sounds and how it makes you feel. Then you can add all the theory into it to get really in depth. Right, that's all I'd say about